Tamara here from Posh Cat Crafts. Nice of you to join me. In today's video we're going to be creating pages 5 and 6. Now I'm basing this album off one that I made for Tonic Studios launch show, which was on a Chanda, and I've been asked by a few people to do a tutorial on how I made that book. So apart from a few changes, the book is going to be near enough the same. So pages 5 and 6 on that book, we had a belly band, and we also then had a tag book which we will be creating today. We need to start with making up and die cutting our pages, and the die that I used is not the biggest die, it's the second one down, and it's the measurement is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. Right, so let's get started. Right, first die cut going in. Now we've cut out our pages, we're going to put one of the pages aside because we don't need that one just yet. I've got out our layering die that I'm going to use to cut the pattern paper with. We're going to put this on first before the belly band. Pick my pattern papers, and we're going to do the page in this one here, because you're not really going to see an awful lot of this because you're going to have tags in front of it. So I thought if I put the plainer one at the back, then it will cast your eye to sort of the front of the page. Right, so that's the first layer done. Now we can go ahead and adhere that. Again, I'm going to use my trusted PVA. So that's that. Now what we're going to do now, we're just going to get a piece of card, and it doesn't matter, it could be an offcut like this one, and we're going to just take off that raggedy edge. And then what we're going to do is we're going to maybe make this, because I don't want it too big, so I'm going to make it 1.5 inches wide. So there's our belly band like that. We're going to place, the belly band's going to go there like that, but we're going to place it behind just for a moment, because what we're going to do is we're going to score a line down there and down that side, but we're going to use the page as our guide, and then that should give us the width of our page. Like that. Okay, then just give it a fold over. Try and get it so that it's equal on behind, although we're going to trim that end, this back bit off. Okay, so that's the band. Push that like so. Okay, I've found an embossing folder that I had in my stash. Let me see, that's the pattern. Right, so we're going to just put it in there like that. and let's fold it down. And then that's our embossed belly band. We're going to chop off this excess because it's too much to go around the back. Okay, so then we're going to either wet glue or double-sided tape. I'm going to go for wet glue on this occasion. Now you don't have to have the belly band across the middle, you could have it a bit further down if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. So I'm just going to push that over a bit. Okay, just give it a little burnish. Okay, I think that is stuck. So that's our belly band done. For our tags, I'm going to use one of the layer dies, and then the next size down page die as the layer, and then I'm going to do this one again as another tag, and then use that layer over the top of that, like so. Colour. So you need to cut out your two different sizes in the black, and okay, so now what we need to do is, I don't need this one, so that one can go back away. So this die is then going to layer over the top of that one, and then this die here is going to layer over the top of that one. So I need there, then I need this smaller one here, if I can find it. Let's put this one back, and then that one is this one here, and then I'm going to use that as the layer to go over there. So I'm going to cut them out first of all in cream, and then we'll cut the pattern paper as well, because I'm going to have the cream on one side and then the pattern paper on the other. Cream card. So the cream card, I need that one and that one and that one. Let's just double check. So that one is layers for that one, that one's layer for that one, yeah. Okay, let's just take off the tape. Okay, remove the dies. Now I need those because I'm going to use those in a minute to cut out the pattern paper. Just tear these bits off. Okay, and then that's what we're left with. As with all the pages that we've had in the past, we're going to chop off the excess lip at the side, and that's what we'll call it. And again, just up to the embossed stitch line. You'll only have to do this with the dies that are the pages, not with the layers, because the layer dies just cut out a perfect shape Okay, so we just do the black, like so. And then the one, I think that was it, that was the only black one, yep. Right, let's get our layers done now. So we'll go with that one on there like so. That one on there like so. Up that way. And then this one will go on here like so. Now what I've done is I'm putting the cream card on the back, so on the negative side of our paper, so that the pattern paper will sit nicely on the sort of the positive side. So like that. Right, we're going to stick these down. Excellent. Right, this is one. You can do as many labels as you want to, or tags, should I say, more than labels. So we've done two, we've just got to stick this one down now. Okay, turn that over that way. There we are. Wipe off any glue excess that you might have. Although this glue dries clear, it's always best to get the glue stains up as quick as you can. So that's our three dies that our three tags that we've made, and they're going to fit in there. And I'm hoping that when we get the papers on, it's going to be enough so that they don't slip out the bottom. So patterned paper. So this is what I'm going to be using on this page, and again it's the Botanical Tea collection. This one is Field of Flowers, and this one is Hello Friend. I just like this one here because I could have cut them out as well, but we've got two of these luckily, so I can use the elements of the other one. So let's get started. To trim those down. Right, I'm going to turn that over for the next time I use it. Always good to rotate your plates. Now we need the trimmer and trim down the excess paper. That's one. I think I only had two on this, yeah. And then on here, like that, in the bin. I must admit, doing videos and crafting at the same time, it really makes me have a clean, tidy desk. Normally, I would be working in this tiny little space just here, and I'd be having mounds and stuff all around me. So this is a good thing. So we put this one on here like that. Okay. one, and then add two the same. Turn it over. That's two, last one. So that there is our tags that are going to fit into our belly band, like that. It's going to go across there like that. That looks rather nice. So if we use this, then what I'm going to do is I am going to use my stapler. I'm just going to staple the very end, so there, and then that should make it a bit more tighter. Just chop that off. Okay, I'm just going to bend that bit round. And just there, like so. Okay, right, what I like to do if I use staples in my crafting is just bang down the staples on the opposite side so that they don't catch, and it just gives you a nice flush finish. Okay, so that there is get them in, put that away. So let's see. There we go. It's a nice snug fit now, and it doesn't come out. Okay, so pull it out and then put it back in. So that's then is our page number 5 done. I'm going to put something over there. I did do a little bow, so I might put the bow, and I think that looks quite nice. So I think what we'll do is we'll do that now. I've got my hot glue on, so we're just going to add a little bit on there. Then push it down so it's in the middle. Okay, like that. So then that there is page 5 done. Page 6. So on our page 6 we're going to do a tag book that we are going to create a little pocket for it to go into that can be pulled out. Now I've got one here that I've made similar, but this one's going to be a lot bigger, but this is just to give you an idea of where we're going with what we're going to make today. So this is just a little book that I've made up using the memory book collection 1, and this is one of the smaller ones, like so. 3-paged little tag book that we can pull out. I've said about 3 pages because the tag is a lot bigger. Sorry, the die that we're going to use is a lot bigger. We need to cut this die out 4 times. So I've got my die in place that I'm going to cut. I'll turn on my trusty Gemini and let's get die cutting. pages. So now what we need to do is we just need to trim them up, so neaten those edges up. So again, about 1/8 of an inch past where the stitch line is. So there's the stitch line, and then just to leave a tiny bit of a border. So do that on all 4. Okay. Once all 4 are done, you're going to need to trim up some structure strips. Now these need to measure 3 inches by 1 inch, and you'll need 3 of these. Excellent. Right, this is what we've got now so far. So now what we need to do is we need to score them down. So we score down the longest side, and we score at 1/4 of an inch. So that's 1. 2. Oops. And 3. So what we need to do with these is you just need to fold them over, and we're going to chop off just the corner of the edge. So on each side, just the corner of the edge. Okay, can you see that? And it's not a lot, as you can see. This, oh, that is about how much, that's about how much we chop off. So you need to do that for all 3. Okay, so here's my 3. Now the first page, for our structure strip, we need to put double-sided tape on the inside, and then close it and put double-sided tape on the outside. When I say close it, I mean just put the double-sided tape on, don't take off the carrier sheet, so because that is what's going to stick to our card. So do this on the first one. So double-sided tape on the inside, and double-sided tape on the outside. Okay, like so. Excellent. Right, let's stick our first one down. So now we can take off the double-sided tape and do the inside one first. Okay, line up your card. Now what I would do is the edge that you've cut, I would put that one into the score line, okay, on your structure strip, only because this side is a bit neater. Okay, so try and get them as equal as possible, and push the page into the fold as much as it will go, just so that you can still bend over the structure strip and then burnish down. Okay, just like so. Then we need to do this. Then we can take off our double-sided carrier sheet from that one and get our next page. Now I'm going to line these up from the bottom. So I put them onto my work surface and get them so that they are level, okay, and straight. And then I kind of work my way up and then as I get to the top I'm just going to push them two together. So the next one we're going to put it, so it's going to go on the outside first, and we're going to then stick that one on there. Right, we need to stick this one down now. Try and follow the structure strip that you've already stuck down. It doesn't matter if this side here with the structure strips aren't level, because what we're going to do is we're going to cover that with a spine. Okay, so that's stuck down like that. Then we need to put the next double-sided tape on the I think on the inside. Yes, goes on the inside. Okay, double-sided tape. Okay, now this one should be pretty easy actually. Again, just tap it down so that it's level along the bottom, and then just fold this over, and then it should stick. Right, last page, and we're going to stick that onto that like that. Yeah. So this one is going to go on to, so this needs to go on. Okay, it just now means that we're going to have like a double side here. So double-sided tape. Okay, take that off and try and line these up like so. Excellent. And then this is going to go on there. So double-sided tape on the inside of this one. Oops, I'm throwing it around. Like that. And just move all these pieces of double-sided out the way. Okay, and again just line the bottoms up so that they are nice and straight, and the sides, and then you can just push that down into place, and then there we have our little book. Now to decorate, we need to find the layer die for this page. Now we can either use these dies or them ones. Let's have a look. This one is the Memory Book Creator Layered Cascading dies. This one is. That one is just a touch smaller, so we could use that one, or we could go with these ones, which are the corresponding dies to that. So this is the actual die collection that I cut the book out with, and this is the Memory Book Base Creator. So we could use those, or we could do a mixture of both. So let's get cutting. That's all of the pattern paper cut out for our little tiny book. I'm going to go with this one, I think, beginning. No, maybe not. I'm going to go with that one maybe. That one's quite nice. On the top. No, I'm going to go with that. So what's on the inside? Oh, no. Let's go with that one. So it's that one, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go with that. That one's going to go on first. I'm going to save the outside page, sorry, the cover, until I've stuck everything else in. So I'm just going to stick these in random. Down. This one next. Then we'll go with this one. And let's go with pink. Have a pink theme in the middle now. Let's go with that one. No, let's have the, we're going to have the birds. There we go. Then we have this one. Like so. Then we'll go with that one there. Okay, then the last page we're going to leave that one, because what we're going to do now is we're going to do the spine. For the spine of our mini book, everybody's will be different. It will depend on what cardstock you use, what pattern paper you use, the thickness of them. So you will have to measure your spine as well. So this is how we do it. We just measure across, so the width here, and mine is 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to have 1/4 of an inch along the top, and then 1/2 an inch and 1/2 an inch going down the sides. Okay, so we need to cut a piece of card that measures 1 1/4 inch. Okay, so my cardstock is going to measure 1 1/4 inch for the spine, and 1/2 an inch is going that side and 1/2 an inch is going that side. Sorry. So it needs to be 1 1/4 inches by 3, because that is the size of our little book. So let's do the spine. We've cut our piece of card to 3 inches by 1 1/4. So we're going to mark at 1/2 an inch, turn our card round and mark at 1/2 an inch again. That should then leave you with 1/4 of an inch in the middle. Okay, like so. And then you just need to fold them. And they're ready. It's ready then to be stuck down. Now remember, you will have to measure your spine. Okay, now mine isn't, it doesn't have to be very tight. It can be a little bit loose, because don't forget, when you put other bits in, it is going to fill out a bit. So now, first of all, you need to really think about how you're going to close your book. Do you want a ribbon that goes around? If so, do you want to put the ribbon on now before you put the spine on? Are you going to use magnets to close it? It's really entirely up to you how you're going to do it. I'm actually going to leave mine, and I'm just going to use a clip to keep mine closed, like so. Not this one, this one's a bit too big, but a smaller version of that. I think I'll probably change my mind when I come to do it. So again, you can pick what adhesive you want to use. I'm going to use just wet glue, and I'm going to place mine on. You only need to put the glue on the 2 parts that come down here, not on the actual spine. And then what that does is that then hides all those workings out. There we go. So I might need to wait until it's dried. There we go. So then that's our book done. I'm going to just push that down. So there we go. So it moves. So that's our little tiny mini book. Right, so that's the front page glued on. Now to glue the back. Ooh, that was lucky. Okay. So that is one little tag book now finished. We just then got to decorate it, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to then get our card, our page should I say, so that we can start assembling it all together. So this is going to be a very bitty video. I don't know, it seemed to have been really hard to do this one. Right, just let me have a tidy up. There's me saying when I do videos I keep myself tidy. Didn't last long, did it? Okay. Right, so this is the page, well, 2 pages, 5 and 6. This is going to fit on it. It's too big to fit that way, although it could do, but it's not going. So I'm going to put it this way, like so. It doesn't really matter which. Yes, it does. It has to be that way. That's okay. That's fine. I'll put it like that so this bit sticks out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a pocket, a bigger pocket to fit that in. So how do we do that? First of all, we're going to cut out the pattern paper. So we need to pick which paper we're going to use. So I get my sheet out. And right, what paper shall we use? I want quite a vibrant colour one, I think. So I think I may go with go with blue. I think that would look really nice. Yeah, let's go with blue. Okay, that's my page. My pattern paper cut out. Throw that in the bin. Put that back in the folder. Okay, right, so that's that done. Okay, so we can go ahead now and we can glue this down. Like so. Okay, so we need to do our little pocket here. For our pocket that's going to house our little mini book, we're going to have to make our pocket. So these are the measurements you're going to need. So you're going to need to trim at 6 inches. Okay, that's one side. And then turn it around and you're going to then cut at 2.5 inches. Okay, and you're left with a small piece of card like that. This is the same size as my tag book, so if yours is a little bit bigger, then you may need to adjust these two. If your tag book measured was like a 1/2 inch, you'd need to make this here 1/2 inch as well as that there 1/2 inch, because we'll fold and then you'll see what I mean. Can you see? Because then that there is going to make the little pocket that our tag book's going to sit into. You see? So depending on the size of your tag, your album, your mini album should I say, it determines the size of your pocket. Okay, so that should hopefully now close. It does. Excellent. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to diagonal the corners so that it just sits nice, and you then don't get, when you close this up, you won't, especially at the top here, you won't see the back bit. So now we need to put it onto our page. We're going to put our double-sided tape on, and we're just going to do it on the 1/2 inch. Okay, and on this side. And then on this side. Okay, right, I've done all our glue tab, our double-sided tape. Now on those little glue tabs that I said, just put a tiny dot of your glue. You can again use double-sided, it's really up to you. It was just what I had there at hand. And then just pinch it down so that it stays. Okay, now we need to find, oh, there it is. Take off the double-sided. And off of this side. Oh, I do apologise, I should turn my phone off. I'm in high demand today. Okay. Right, then we just need to place it onto our page. And I think it's going to go about there. We've just got to finish this, and then we will have finished pages 5 and 6. So we've got to decorate this. Yeah, that could be. So 1.5 by 4 1/4. So that's the. So we need to go 1.5 that way. 1.5 by 4 1/4. And then we can put that on there. So that's all we've got left now to do is to put our pages together and then put them into our book. So these are our pages that we've done already. So that's 1 and 2. 3 and 4, no sorry, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then this is our 5 and 6. So as in the previous videos, we are going to put our double-sided tape onto one side of the completed page. There is double-sided tape already on the hinge, but this is just going to give it that extra sticking power. Okay. Okay, just so that's one. So let's take the stick off of our double-sided there. Okay. Now again, we need to line the page up so that the corners, so that these corners here line up with the edge of our spine. Okay, so that's when you have got it in position, then just ease the hinge onto it and then just give it a good old sit. There we go. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to do the second. Oh, I'm going to take that out for a minute, and so I need it on that side. So glue goes along the bottom, like so, and trim that a bit off, and okay, take the double-sided off the hinge. And again, line them up. You can do it that way if you prefer. That's although I can't now see, so it will have to be that way. So again, line the two corners up, like so, and then just ease them together. Now we've got to put our glue on, but that's okay because I'm going to we just need it on the bottom and the side, and if you leave the top. Okay, right, we've got them stuck in. I'm just going to take some of the glue marks off. Just going to rub off that excess glue. There we are. So that's our page 5 and 6 done. So we've now done 3 pages in our book. So it's now looking a lot like a mini album. So that's our pages, like so. And then these ones, it opens out that way, and then we fold it that way. Like so. I like that because you don't really know that's there. It's sort of like, you know, if you've not made the book, then you probably won't know that that's there. So that's in there. Then we take these out, and then we've got our book there. I am going to put something on there to keep that secure. Anyway, lovely. I'm glad that you've stuck with me. Please give me a like, and if you want to subscribe, I'd love to have you as one of my followers on my channel. If not, you want to follow me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and I have a blog as well if you want to come and find me on any of those social platforms. And until the next time, bye.